Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally.
Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
I'll have a dirty banana.
Cheers. I'll fetch him over.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Rob.
Hello.
Robbo.
How are we doing?
Yeah. Good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're looking at me a bit weird, Mark.
No, it's the new year, isn't it? You know.
Absolutely, yeah. I enjoyed that quiz last week.
Yeah, we're all right. I think we should have done better, really.
We're a bit rubbish, weren't we?
Do you know what, though? I thought we did all right. There was the Glastonbury answer, by the way. I'm not. Every day I'm walking around going, how did you not remember Glastonbury? You went last year.
Yeah.
I know. I can't believe that I thought that Australia had both the World Cup and whatever else we said. Rugby,
It's a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? Hey, did you look into the Christmas number one? What do you think to it, Mark?
Of course. Well, I did hear it, you know, like 30 years ago when it first came out.
Yeah.
You're talking about Wham, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but more so, I'm a little bit disappointed. I didn't want Wham to win.
I think you wanted Sam Ryder, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, I'm a bit sentimental. I wanted Pogues to win.
All right.
Yeah,
For obvious reasons.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Along
I got
with many
that.
people, I suppose. But
And they've never won it either, have they?
Won it? Is it
Well, you know,
competition?
they never got number one.
The Pogues, no, they've only ever had the number 2 without it. It's never been any higher. But of course, Wham has been number 1 before me last Christmas. Last year, well, hang on. No, the year before. But it wasn't number 1 on the Christmas week. It was the number 1 the week before Christmas, and it was number 1 after Christmas.
peaked too soon.
But it peaked too soon.
Right, I didn't know
Which
that.
is weird. And this is what's weird. This is why they were making so much of a fuss about it, because it has been number 1 before. But not. It's been number 1 twice before.
So did he get number 1 because of this whole Whamageddon thing?
That's what I was led to believe. The fact that Whamageddon's brought it back into the...
I don't know. Well, that had been going 10 years.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. Even though there's always the talk about Christmas number 1. I've not heard anybody other than you guys. Obviously, I know what Whamageddon is, but I've not heard anybody reference Whamageddon regarding that other than you guys. It's not been mentioned on the news.
No.
So, and you'd think that, you know, usually like Sophie Ellis-Bextor, for example, she's at top of the US charts because of this Saltburn program.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, she's back in the charts with that.
And
Merge on the dance floor. She's back in top 10.
Yeah, well, she's at number 1 in the US with it,
Ah.
and she's in the top 10 over here because of it. But they're making reference to it in the news, whereas they didn't with Wham. So I'm not so sure whether Whamageddon is a thing.
It was on the news in touch. I saw it on This Morning. They made a big thing about it on This Morning television.
What, the Sophie Alex?
No.
Oh, the Wham.
The Wham.
The Whamageddon thing?
Yeah, Whamageddon.
Well, maybe they did. I've just not seen any
Well,
reference
there's
to
got to be a
it.
reason for it, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it just come out of nowhere, didn't it?
Because ultimately, Sam Ryder's track was brilliant. It's such a brilliant Christmas song.
Sam Ryder's fantastic. I really do.
Yeah.
I really think his vocal ability is just unbelievable.
It just doesn't do much in chart. Why people just don't buy into it? Do they just? Other than this space,
Well, fancy going exclusive to Amazon for a start.
Yeah, that would have helped.
yeah,
That would have helped.
Yeah, I know.
While we're talking about Christmas, though, I'd just like to bring up. Thank you very much for everyone that's got in touch to correct us when we were talking. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we've been corrected a few times actually. So obviously, when we were talking our Christmas special and we talked about our wonderful live films, it's actually James Stewart that's in Wonderful Life. So we got it wrong.
Yeah,
we never mind being corrected, guys. So by all means,
And I've still not watched it.
you still not watched it. No, you have to wait another 10 months now. So how was people's New Year's going? We all back to work?
Yeah, back at it.
Back to work and back on with the kicking the old resolutions off.
No,
Resolutions.
I'm back off work because I'm now not busy.
Oh yeah, you got
I'm the
quiet
other way.
time now, aren't you?
I'm the other way, so I'm relaxing and chilling.
So if you're not working, then have you kicked off with a resolution that you're wanting to do this year?
No,
Oh really?
I don't know. It'll be a waste of time. What's the point?
Waste of time.
I mean,
I think there's an argument to say that you
I'm gonna
could
stop,
say.
I'm going to stop alcohol. I'm going to lose weight. I mean, you know what?
Yeah, but is it just the word? Is it just the word resolution? As in something that you've thought? Oh, I don't set an actual resolution. As in you don't link it to the word. As in surely there's something this year where you sit there and you think actually this year I'm going to concentrate on this, or I'd really like to achieve this, or by the end of the year.
Yeah. But
So by fact, that then becomes a resolution, doesn't it?
it does, but I mean, I might start that in June. Well, I don't need to wait till 1st of January to
So have you got something that you're going to start in June that you've thought, this year, I'm going to do this?
It's going to hold you to a date now, Mark.
Well, I'm just saying June is a random time, but I'm not a person that I'm not a person that likes kicking the can down the road. So like in November, I'm a bit chubby. I'm not going to go, you know what? I'll eat through December. I'll wait till 1st of January. I'll be like, well, I'll just start that now. Well, I don't.
So are you starting it then, or are you just going to stay
to lose
chubby?
weight? Are you saying I'm chubby? Is that what you're saying? Do I look chubby? For the benefit of the tape, I am not chubby.
It might just be that top you're wearing.
Well, of course, I think we all have goals, don't we? And, things that we want to do, like, I don't know, clear out the garage or whatever. Or
You're out the
So
garage.
come on then, what is yours? Are you going to clear out your
Mark's
garage?
number one resolution is
that
to
what you're
clear
gonna
out
do,
his
clear out your
garage.
garage?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do in January. I'm going to have some new shelving put in.
You're going to that means relabelling everything, Mark. You're gonna have to-
Brilliant. I can't wait. That's my
You're
goal.
going to have to invest in a new labelling machine and everything.
Yeah, love it.
Right,
But is that a resolution, guys? I don't know. Over to you.
Even if it is, it's crap.
Yeah.
Thanks. Right, I'll get my coat.
Mark, have you
It's
got?
exciting,
See you
isn't
next
it?
episode,
Have
guys.
you got one?
So, Ellen sort of bought me mine.
Bought
and
you
it's-
your resolution.
Bought it.
It's sort of, and it was something I've been digging at myself last year that I needed to get myself back into shape because I've let myself go a little bit, and
you're a bit chubby.
and it's easy to. Well, I am, a bit middle-aged spread and not as fit as I'd like to be, and so Ellen's bought me some personal training sessions for Christmas. So there's no getting out of it really. So I'm gonna have to at least use those up before I can fall off the
brilliant.
When you
wagon.
give him Kirk, he needs them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Who needs enemies?
I know.
Yeah.
So when's this begin? When are you kicking
It starts
this off?
on Tuesday.
Oh wow!
So soon?
Yeah, so soon. Yeah,
Wow.
can't wait.
Are you looking forward to it? Or
I don't think so.
Is it with someone you know, or
It's somebody. Well, it's a place that Helen knows. The personal trainer we don't personally know, but Ellen's.
So it's not a
Uses
personal trainer then, so it's just a trainer.
an impersonal trainer?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy that though,
Yeah,
because I know fundamentally you like exercise and stuff.
yeah.
though. You do like
It's just getting into the swing of it, isn't it?
It's just not as easy as at our age, is it?
No,
And what do you think you want to get out of it more? Losing a bit of weight or getting fitter?
getting home afterwards in one piece. So yeah, but now getting fitter and just getting a spring back in your step, I suppose, because that's what it does, doesn't it? It gets you moving. It's good for you all around.
And is there anything else that you've thought personally? Not because Ellen's bought it you. I want to do this year.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I would like to do more of this year is I'd like to really get back into doing a bit more production, music production, and getting my teeth stuck into something where I can, enjoy the process and enjoy the outcome. So getting the motivation to do that really, and I think that'll come from, getting myself moving. I think will kick that off.
Look, I mean, it's like everyone says, isn't it? Being active and stuff like that, it has so many benefits. And I think sometimes that when you're not active and moving and working out, whatever it is, you can then fall into the trap of a bit of lethargy and feeling just a bit fed up. And it just has a knock-on effect on everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas if you do feel, as long as you can still move your arms and legs,
Yeah,
then,
like
yeah,
a character
it
in
does-
Wally.
What about, obviously we spoke before in one of our previous episodes about booking a stand-up slot for charity, the charity stand-up thing. Is it booked yet?
It's not booked yet. No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's on the cards, but it's not yet booked.
When will it be?
I'm not sure yet.
He's not
I'm
committed.
not, listen, I'm
He's
not
not
letting this
committed.
go. I'm not letting this go. You said
He's
that you was
squirming.
going to do it.
Absolutely.
And I am
I know.
absolutely going to hold you account to it
and it's going to happen. I promise you, it's going to happen
this year.
possibly this year.
Well, when you said
This year.
No, it's
when
gotta
you
be
said
this
this
year,
year,
Mark.
Kurt, it's
You
only
can do it
January,
this
so
year.
Exactly.
Come on.
Let's see what I can do.
You can do it. You can do it this
It's
year.
yeah.
On that note, I have. I also committed to doing a skydive, didn't I?
You did. You said you were going to book a skydive.
I've not booked the skydive yet, but I've created the WhatsApp group for a couple of people that I know that since I've mentioned it have said, "Oh, I won't mind doing that."
You created a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Don't believe it.
So I've created a WhatsApp group, and I've
Is it a
added a few-
community with separate groups inside it?
No, that's just for us. And yeah, so there's a few people on there, and so the ball is rolling. Did I
Okay.
say bowl then or ball?
Well, either way, it's
Somebody
still
will
not
correct us.
booked, is it? Either way, it's still
No,
not
it's
booked.
not booked. No, but Give me a chance. It's only first week of January, second.
You haven't added our last into it, have you? Said you.
No. There's quite a few people I've not added in yet, but I need to. I'll get round to it.
So is that your New Year's resolution to get that sorted, or have you got more?
No, not really.
Okay.
So I've actually got quite I wouldn't say a big change, but I am trying something different. Obviously, I've got the ones that everyone does, right? So one thing I've decided to do is drink less beer at home, because I do tend to drink quite a lot of beer when I'm just at home after work. And
what do you call quite a bit? I am interested in this because, I don't really bother about alcohol, as you guys know. I'm not that fussed, you know. But the more and more people I talk to, it does seem like I'm in a minority of someone that doesn't drink at home or that doesn't drink regular or whatever, and that's absolutely fine. I don't judge. I don't judge anyone for it. I really don't. In fact, a couple of years ago, my New Year's resolution was to drink more, and I still didn't manage that.
The only one in England that wants to drink more.
Absolutely.
Drink more.
But I still didn't manage that. But I am quite intrigued, because when you say you want to drink less, what does that look like?
Well, for me, I drink craft beers, so they're all like the 330ml cans. They're not big cans. I don't sit drinking, 10 cans or 20 cans of Stella. I drink small 330ml cans, but they're quite strong, so they're normally about 5 to 6 to 7% beers. But I'll only drink 2 a night, on the occasion 3. But I think it's the fact that I drink it every night. But I work shift patterns. And when I work shifts, I don't tend to drink when I'm on shift, and that's 5 days.
You don't tend to drink when you're on shift.
Well, not when I'm on shift, but like even if I come home after work, I will occasionally have a drink after work. And I will also work nights. I can't drink when I'm on nights, right? So I do have plenty of periods where I'm not drinking, but I do find that it's almost just becomes a go-to. You come in from work and you go, oh, I'll have
to relax you, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I'll have a beer. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it's the fact that every time I'm not at work and at night, just grab a beer.
But from when I speak to other people or whatever, if you're talking about that you have a couple of cans a night, possibly 2 or 3 nights a week because of your shift patterns and what you just said, I wouldn't. From what I hear from other people, I wouldn't call that like excessive or anything. I just wouldn't. I don't know. What do you think, Mark? Because I know you like a drinker.
Yeah, I mean, I like a drink on a week, and I don't drink through a week.
Do you not drink through a week at all?
Generally not. No.
Right.
On occasion, I might have a beer, just one, a lager. If I get in one night, and I think, I'm going to have a lager. I'll have one. But as a rule, I try not to drink Monday through the week, Monday through to Thursday.
And then gets obliterated Friday, Saturday.
No.
It doesn't.
A few drinks at a weekend, but I don't drink sort of every day. So I think for me it's more. Do you feel that you have to have the drink, or do you want the drink for I could just have a nice cold lager.
Yeah,
the thing for me is
chill out,
because I'm drinking craft beers. Every one of them's different. It's very rare that I've got 5, 3, however many of the same beer. So I'm not just drinking them for the same beer. I'm drinking so I'll fancy a bit of that, and I'll try that one now. They're like little delicacies.
I tried one of yours the other night that were really nice.
Which one was that?
A Brewdog rum and something.
Rattle and rum.
Rattle and rum. That were really
stout.
nice. Stout. You see, I like it. If I do have a drink, I like a dark, a dark drink or whatever. When I'm not drinking cocktails. But that was really nice. Really nice.
It's a good beer. And I think the problem is with what I was saying about the shifts, and there's plenty of people out there that will identify with this that work shifts. You don't really know. There's no routine. You don't know. Although you know when your weekend is, it isn't when everyone else's weekend is. So I know that on, I don't know, next weekend I'm working. So I go, well, that's not my weekend. Now's my weekend because I'm not at work. So I go, I'll have beer then. But then when it comes to the weekend and you're on days, you then go, well, I'm at work, but I'm not at work, but I'm working this weekend. I keep saying that.
I think Rob does drink at work.
I'm beginning to wonder.
I think he's trying to hide it.
But you think, well, it is the weekend, and you get home and you go, I'll just have a beer then. And what you end up finding is you've ended up drinking at the weekend, and then when it's your days off, and
And
because you
at
just
work.
don't have any routine of when your weekend is and what your weekend isn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like you like your cake and eating it, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that
Convince
brings me.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds
I've got
like.
a problem. I've got 2 weekends a week.
It's the same with sleep. Oh, I'll just lay in longer now because I've been on nights, you know. But that brings me into what my actual New Year's resolution is. And that is that I've decided to create quite a robust calendar. That
A
gives
robust
me,
calendar?
Yeah. So I've
Like,
basically
made out of
started.
metal or something.
No, a calendar on my phone, and basically I've just filled the calendar out with basically my routine. I find that the whole shift thing it's caused me so much aggro over recent years. Just I feel like I don't know what the word is. I feel like I'm not pulling my weight.
Do you feel enslaved to it?
A little bit,
Well,
yeah.
like a zombie.
Following it
rather than
yeah,
you.
it leads my life
Yeah.
more than
It
me.
owns you.
Yeah,
It owns you.
Yeah. And I've found that in recent years I'm getting, I wouldn't say lazy, but I'm letting things slack. I'm not pulling my weight around the house,
Yeah.
you know, and it's because there's no routine, and I need routine, and I've just not realised how much that shift pattern's owning me, and I'm not making the most of it. So I've set about with my calendar, and honestly, to you, this would be so anal. I've literally put in things like ironing when I'm ironing, when I'm putting a load of washing in,
When you're waking up.
when I'm hanging that washing up. Like, it's ridiculous, but this is not just because I want a stupid resolution. It genuinely is something that I probably should have done a long time ago, because I don't know, I hate using the words like ADHD and stuff like that, but there's something going on with me that I don't know, I think it'll help me as a person to be more organised by having structure, having something to follow. Look that day and go, what am I supposed to be doing today?
You sound like you're going to turn into a Scottish cross-dressing housewife.
Well, maybe I will.
Why cross-dressing?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, sorry, I didn't make the link.
But yeah,
It's on the way, dear.
it's a great film.
It is.
But yeah,
It's not a Christmas film.
So yeah, so yeah, that's my resolution.
Do you not think? I mean, you're absolutely right, Rob. I know that you do work better with structure in your life and stuff. But do you not think that then that has a danger of you becoming a slave to that? So, like, if there's nothing wrong with planning and stuff. And I think the older I get, the more I realise that I actually prefer a plan and structure. But are you not in danger of over planning, so therefore you don't leave any room for any change? Because I also know you struggle with that. You struggle with it if you've got a plan to do something. So, for instance, if you've written in your diary that you're going to iron for 2 hours on Tuesday afternoon, and then somebody rings you and says, do you want to go out Tuesday afternoon, or do you want to go to the cinema on Tuesday afternoon, or whatever, you'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm ironing.
I'm ironing of all things.
Messy about it. Mark's laughing because he's sat there thinking he doesn't even know what an iron is.
I'm washing my hair.
I mean, you're right, because you know
I'm
what I'm
right.
like.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, to some degree, yes, but obviously I know there's certain things I've planned in an evening. What ironing is one of them, because at the end of the day, if I'm sat watching Netflix, why not stand watching Netflix and do some ironing? Because I don't iron.
Can I just ask you a question then? So, do you iron your own stuff, and does Gemma iron her own stuff, or do you iron
Do you
for
want the
both of you?
truth? I don't iron, and Gemma doesn't iron. Neither of us iron.
So,
It literally just sits in the basket, and then you go, I need to wear that. Better iron it then.
oh,
Me and
So
my
you
other half
iron-
are exactly the same.
so the reason of this thing is so you can schedule some ironing in.
Yeah,
So you've got a wardrobe
bear
full.
in mind, I'm not scheduling it for
Okay.
anyone but myself. I'm
So
only doing
Gemma's
it for me.
no chance of getting any ironing
Well,
done. Because you're not going to do that for
The question is, what do you do in your allotted time of ironing?
have you got time for
Are
Gemma's
you going
stuff?
to be
or not?
ironing Gemma's stuff?
well, I never even thought for 1 second that I'd only be ironing mine.
Can I
I
s-
will iron both. It'll
I'm
just
so
be a
glad
mix.
that Helen doesn't listen to this.
Can I ask a question, Rob? Have you got a 2-hour slot to do some of my ironing?
I definitely have not.
No,
I
okay,
haven't even
fine.
got 2 hours in mine. It's only an hour and a half. But yeah, genuinely. So that's kind of, if I'm stood on an evening, I'll just do some ironing.
I want to know what else is in your calendar.
Well,
I'm sorry, I do,
yeah.
because we said ironing, but if you've gone as far as put ironing in
Ironing,
your calendar,
yeah.
I want to know what else is in there.
There's 10 minutes for brushing his teeth, I think.
Dog walking.
Dog walking, right?
So, and there's a story behind that as well, which I'm just going to keep very...
You don't have a dog? Is that the story?
Of course.
That'll change. I'm going to see a man about a dog.
I've put in dog walking, because when in the morning I don't tend to walk the dog as much. Gemma gets up and walks the dog, and I just think that's not fair. So when I'm on nights, I can come in and walk the dog, and sometimes I just go to bed. And I think, no, just walk the dog first. And I know it doesn't need to be calendarised and going, oh, you remember to do that. But it's almost just knowing on what week, because every week is different. And we basically work on a month's schedule. So it just helps me know when to do what things. And I know
Do you
I'm
have to clock
doing
in and
that.
out?
In his own head,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, honestly, it's chaos what's going on in my head. And I think this will just give me a bit of clarity. And that's it, really. I'll let you know how I get on with it. That's all I'll say. What about yours, Kirk?
Well, mine's, I suppose, a little bit boring, and I know that I'll, but there's no two ways about it. I need to lose weight, and I know that that's probably, the most whatever.
Well, it comes as no
resolution.
surprise, and I don't say that in, disrespectfully, but
Absolutely not.
and we've said it a few times. So, is there something that sits behind this one that goes, no, I've got a purpose behind this, and I'm going to do it?
Well, look, I, as you guys know, I've always struggled with my weight. I mean, right back to when I was younger. I was really quite overweight when I was younger, and then I lost a load of weight, and then it crept back on again, and then I lost it again, and then obviously recently, well, I say recently, I mean, it's what? When did we go to Disney? What year was that when we went to Disney? 2017.
2017,
18. You got married in 2017, didn't
Correct.
you? So 2018 went to Disney. So obviously...
and you lost quite a lot of weight.
Yeah,
for
so
that,
I lost
didn't you?
5.5 stone for that. So obviously I know that Disney, the rides, and it's a lot of walking and stuff like that, and I didn't want to be that person that didn't fit on a ride, and I didn't want to be that person that was struggling walking around the parks. So I had something to really aim for.
Focus on, yeah.
Really focus on. And that's the thing with me, I'm a bit of an all or nothing kind of person. That's why I've got an addictive personality. I'm an all or nothing kind of person. So once I'd got that, well, I remember coming back off the cruise from your wedding, Rob, and I remember watching the video and stuff like that, and oh my God, don't get me wrong, I'm not stupid. I know or knew at the time I was overweight or whatever, but when you see yourself like that, and especially around the other people that were there that were all quite thin or
Thank
a
you.
lot thinner.
I was looking thin, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. Yeah, I certainly made you look thin. But, it just stuck in my head. And then, obviously, with Disney coming around the corner, I thought, that's it. And I just went all or nothing, and I lost 5.5 stone. And I felt amazing for it.
Yeah,
well done to you, because you
brilliant
look
as well.
good.
Yeah, you did.
Because I've looked back on the photos, and I thought you do look really good enough.
Yeah, I do, and I felt good. I felt good, and people were mentioning it, people were noticing it, and I felt amazing. And when we were at Disney, I didn't struggle on the rides. I didn't struggle. It was just brilliant. But obviously, since coming back from Disney, and then some stuff happened in personal life, and then one thing leads to another. And the problem is if you're the sort of person that's overweight in the first place, then I'm a big believer that it's an emotional thing. It's a mental thing. I'm not going to sit here and say it's an illness or whatever. I'm not. I don't.
Big boned,
big bone and stuff like that. I'm not that sort of person. But I do believe it's an emotional connection or a poor connection that I've got with food. So once you're off that wagon, once you're off it, that's it, and it's so difficult to get back on. And I've tried, like you say, I'm sure you guys are absolutely fed up of me, I'm trying to lose weight, and yeah, here we go again, Kirk, or whatever. But I've really felt it these last maybe 3 or 4 months. I've really felt it. I feel unwell with it now. I'm struggling to sleep at night. My other half's noticed it. She admitted to me the other week that she worries at night that I'm not going to wake up the next morning.
Wow, and that's the motivator, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Straight away.
Noticed that I'm struggling with my breathing. I'm, none of my clothes fit anymore. So I know that I'm obviously back up to probably the biggest I've ever been. So,
so what's the kicker? What are you going to do about it?
He's going to lose weight.
Yeah, I'm going to lose weight. Yeah.
As easy as that.
Yeah,
that's
click my fingers, take a magic pill. Look, what worked for me before is Slimming World, and I know people have their their different views on that, and I'll let you.
You just clench your fist.
Yeah, I'll let you come in.
Damn slimming world.
I'll let you come in a minute, Rob. But yeah, it worked for me before. I lost 5.5 stone on Slimming World before, and that's what I'll be doing again with other stuff. But yes, I that will be my main focus.
So you're going to get in some exercise.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I've mentioned. Look, when I lost all that weight before, I did a combined both. I went to Slimming World, lost some weight. Once I'd lost maybe 2 or 3 stone, it gave me that encouragement and that confidence then to go to a gym, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I remember you saying that you were going on a bike and you were loving it.
Yeah, well, not just the bike. I mean, there's at the same time, obviously, because I know, Mark, you got me into walking.
Me?
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to
we
be
were
me.
at gym, weren't we? We went on the stepper, climbing machine.
Stairmaster, yeah.
Yeah. We would work because we were doing the National 3 Peaks, if you remember. And we got you up Nevis.
Oh, I know. I got
you up Ben Nevis.
I got up Ben Nevis.
Yeah,
up and
I remember
down.
that.
I mean, I came down.
I'm back down.
I mean, I came.
What, with his own legs, or were he carried?
Strangely, it were easier getting him up than it were getting him back down.
Yeah, but
Coming down is harder.
Oh right, oh yeah. I did. I fell a number of times. But
good.
Absolutely. Well, I'll always remember, and I know different things stick in mind. But where was it that we went? Jacob's Ladder, is it called? Walking.
When we first started, or we did Jacob's Ladder at one point.
Yeah,
yes.
and I started running back down.
Running?
We got to the top.
Yeah, Jacob's
Kirk
Ladder.
running?
Yeah.
How old were you, 12? Or?
So, yeah, absolutely. In fact, I was probably bigger at 12. But no, it sticks in my head that we walked up Jacob's Ladder, we got to the top of wherever we were and stuff like that, and I felt great. I'd lost a lot of weight. I felt, doing more exercise. I felt great. And then as we turned back round and we started coming down, I was like, "Come on, then, Mark!" And I started running. And I think Mark nearly had the heart attack because obviously I started running. But I just
He had an ice cream van.
Absolutely. Tickle me there.
It's probably the crappiest joke we've said in all 8 episodes.
That's
It's got the
brilliant.
best laugh.
Thanks, for that, Mark. Yeah, just sullied one of my favourite memories. But yeah,
Excuse me, carry on.
so yes,
I'll be all right in a minute.
So yes, I will be going back to a gym and stuff like that. Yeah, but if it's one thing that really works for me is having a goal. So I'm hoping to go back to Disney next year.
Sorry, guys. Carry on, I'm just still laughing.
I'm hoping to go back to Disney next year. So that's obviously in the back of my mind. But I perform better when people hold me to account. So that's the reason why I've said it. Said it out loud and said
I'll
to you
hold you
guys.
to account.
And that's what I need. I need people to. It's hard. People really underrate. I know you're not a big fan of Slimming World, Rob. So go on,
No.
get it off your chest.
No, I each to their own, right? And whatever works for you is my honest opinion. But I think there comes a point where you get to a stage where it's got you to a place where then you can adopt more orthodox approaches. I don't know if that's the right
Adopt
word.
or adapt?
Orthodox. No, orthodox. Like I get what he means.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get what he means.
so basically just taking on the whole calories in versus calories out. If you whatever calories you're eating, make sure you're in a deficit if you want to lose weight. If you want to put weight on,
Yeah,
eat more.
I think you're right. I think, but if you need that mechanism in the first place to get you
Yeah.
to that tipping point where
That's-
it then effectively looks after itself,
That's-
then you can just sort of dismiss the
Exactly,
Go somewhere.
almost like because I feel as though when you can just eat, not living by a book that tells you what you can
calorie
eat and how
control
much you
diet
can
type
eat
thing.
or whatever.
Yep.
Which I don't think it works by how much you can eat, but not nonetheless. By just being able to eat whatever you want to eat, but just making a track of what you're eating so that you know exactly how many calories you've had, and then you can go forward. Now I get there's a lot of people out there that would not want a calorie count, and ultimately neither do I, but it helped to do it for a little while because we're all creatures of habit,
but-
and we all tend to eat the same foods throughout
Yeah,
the week.
yeah.
Once you know what you're eating, you know roughly what it is, then you know how to manage it, and you know I need to do this much exercise in order to be able to consume that level of food. So you're not always you're not suffering. You're not like, oh, I'm always hungry because I'm not eating as much or whatever, which obviously is the whole
But you
point
do
of
know
Slimming
that's
World.
easier said than done, though. Rob, don't you?
Absolutely, I
Because
do.
it is incredibly hard to lose weight.
Well, this is the thing, and I understand. I know Rob does know this. I know, and we've had no end of not arguments, debates, or conversations about it. You see, the thing is that I don't consider myself. You guys might differ, but I don't consider myself to be a stupid person. Okay,
No.
and I'm not stupid, and I understand about calorie control and calorie deficit. All right,
Yep.
I get it. Calories in versus calories out. It's simple as that. I understand, okay, but this is what I was saying about before, about if you struggle with your weight, that it's really hard to explain that it's an emotional connection that you have with food.
Yeah.
So when you're feeling down and you're feeling under the weather or whatever it is, you turn to food. Okay, if you're feeling happy and you're on top of the world, you celebrate with food. It's the connection that you have with it. Okay, so the only thing that I can say is with Slimming World in place and me following Slimming World and exercise, I will always say that, and so do Slimming World in all fairness, that I lost 5.5 stone. Okay? As soon as I stopped doing Slimming World, even though I understand about calorie control, I understand about calorie deficit, I understand about exercise and a balanced diet and stuff like that, I stopped doing Slimming World, and over time, I put 5.5 stone back on.
Can I ask, why did you stop? Did you think you got to where you wanted to be and you didn't
No,
need it, or did things come into your life that you...
No, not at all. We went to, obviously, Florida.
Yeah.
And then we got back from Florida, and I was ready for going back to Slimming World, back on. But we had a death in the family, and so therefore that put everything on the back burner, obviously. And then obviously it then kicks off what I've said before about emotional eating and stuff like that. That then led into Christmas. So then in the new year I tried again, but then got pulled back, and then before you knew it, it was then COVID, and then through lockdown and COVID, and I've just never really recovered from there. And yes, it's excuses. I'm 100% understanding that it's excuses, but this is what I'm saying about when you say, Rob, well, yeah, do Slimming World to lose your weight, but then go on to a calorie controlled diet, or then go on to this, that, and other. As soon as I can tell you now, and I've spoke to other people that have been the same, that if you're the sort of person that struggles with weight loss, and you're the sort of person that needs that holding to account, having to step on some scales every week, having that support around you in group, you know, having that that plan to follow. Okay, if that's what you need, which is obviously that's what I do, then I'll probably be on Slimming World for the rest of my life.
Yeah, do you know what? Ultimately, I think the best diet is the one that works for you.
Yeah, as long as it's not stupid. As long as it's not. There are
That's the
some.
real thing. Isn't it? The best diet in the world is the one that works for you.
Yeah, there are some dangerous ways to lose weight, and if it's one thing that I do always will agree with you on, Rob, is that it's about being healthy, and it's about having a good element of exercise to go along with it. And I absolutely would say that, and that's how you get the most of it. But that's
So, have you joined a gym, or what's the goal for exercise? Slimming World, you take. What's the exercise?
Yeah, so I'm going back to Slimming World on the 19th.
Yeah.
So I've already messaged the consultant and stuff, so I'm going back there on 19th. I'll be going back with my mum, because my mum goes with me, and stuff like that. So that's fine. And then at the end of this month, I'll be joining the gym, and Daisy has said that she's going to join with me as well.
Brilliant.
So
good.
so it's something
All
that we
looking
can
good.
it's
Focus
something
on.
that we can do together. And my plan is, I go away in August.
Again? He's away again?
Well, you was invited. You decided not to come. So go on a cruise in August.
Yeah.
And my goal is to have lost 3 stone by August. At least 3 stone
Brilliant.
by August. And then to have lost a further 3 stone by my birthday.
Well, I'll be there.
Which is in November.
I'll be there on the first day of the cruise. We'll have us weigh-in.
Yeah.
On day one.
Absolutely. And that actually ties in as well, because obviously I'm going to Kendal in July. Oh, actually, it's the first week of August this year, isn't it, Kendal? And that's another thing that I do struggle. I struggle with. it's a lot of walking, Kendall. It's a lot of standing. There's not much seating to there and stuff like that. And I do struggle with my back, and I struggle with my knees, and I do think that it is weight related. So especially if I can try and lose close to 3 stone before Kendall, I know I'll enjoy that more. But I'm absolutely putting it on the table, guys. Like, you know me, I don't mind talking about my weight. I don't mind talking about my journey, and you guys hold me to account as much as possible, because that's what I know drives me. It's as simple as that. Anyone out there listening that's going through the same journey, by all means, get in touch. You know, it's always good to hear that you've got support out there.
Absolutely, yeah, join in.
It is hard. You're right, Mark.
It is
hard.
incredibly hard.
It'd probably give you some encouragement if people did actually get in touch, because there's plenty of people out there that would feel exactly the same as you.
Listen, if it's the biggest thing that worked for me before, is I remember I really went at it hammer and tongs last time, because I saw that video of me from your cruise, from your wedding, and I was absolutely, well, it really affected me, and I went absolutely at it hammer and tongs for the first 2 or 3 months, and when I started to struggle, because you start to struggle when people started to saying, wow, you've lost weight, or wow, you look great, or I remember seeing someone that I'd not seen for ages, and they were like, you look really good. Do you know, and that's just what
spurs you on.
It just spurs you on.
Yeah.
And it is, you need support around you, and it's tough, because when you've tried losing weight before and failed, and tried losing weight, and then you say that you're going to lose weight, the natural instinct for people is to go, oh yeah, again. And you know what? I understand that. I understand why people do that, but it actually has a really negative effect, because then basically what in your head subconsciously you go,
you've written it off already.
People are expecting you to fail
I think
anyway.
there's one thing to say for certain. Every time you've done it, you've had the success.
Yes.
It's the longevity, isn't it?
Yes.
So I suppose that it's looking at where that part, fails or whatever. Yeah. What can we do to help support you so you get past that point of, right, this is where I normally get to, and then, I either stop going or whatever happens, somebody just to go, right, don't forget, you need to get your back
people
in.
calling me out. That's what it is. People calling me out.
Keep going. And
you know me, Mark. I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's calling me out.
Yeah.
Because if it's one thing with, for instance, let's say Slimmy World or whatever, they are very positive and very supportive groups. But they are very positive and supportive groups. Sometimes I need someone to say to me, you're talking shit.
Yeah.
Of course you had time to go this last week, or of course it's the choices you've made. So stop making excuses that it was someone's birthday, or there were a buffet at work, or that this and other. Stop. Absolutely. Stop making excuses. And sometimes I need that. I do. I'm broad enough shoulders to take it. Yeah. And I know it comes from the right place. So
well,
reality check.
We'll all behind you.
Instead of being sweet. What's the word? Yeah.
We're all behind you, Kirk, and
we'll all support you.
We'll keep pushing you. If you want that push, I'll push you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, we can arrange for that ice cream van to come round any time if you want to run after it.
I don't mean to rain on your parade. I've done a little bit of research.
Oh, surprise, Rob.
I know. I wanted to know of the resolutions that failed, because obviously we all make resolutions, as we have done.
Well, I don't, because they failed.
Apart from you,
he's emptying his garage.
Yeah, you've got on to fail that. And unsurprisingly, the top one was quitting drink entirely. I mean, who
entirely
quit drink entirely?
Wow.
I know that's harsh.
No wonder that fails.
Yeah.
Doing more exercise and improving fitness.
Yeah.
As we said.
Smoking.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Losing weight and improving diet. Now, none of them come as a surprise.
No.
But Kirk, you're up against it.
Yeah.
But what did make me laugh?
There's your motivation,
exactly.
Here's a cream tea.
But then sandwiched between pursuing a career or ambition and spending more time with family, I'm surprised that they didn't succeed in that, was quit watching porn and giving up masturbation.
Really?
I mean, why?
Firstly,
look at Mark. He can't handle it.
Firstly, why give it up?
Yeah.
Secondly, the fact that he's giving up masturbation and then spending more time with family. So you're giving up masturbation to spend time with your family.
Is this a list from women?
It was a website called Tracking Happiness.
My daughter listens to this podcast, just so you know.
It's called Tracking Happiness, and it was a survey of 14,458 people that they came from.
Wow.
What's weird about spending more time with the family is it's a New Year's resolution, but surely that's what they would have done all through Christmas and New Year.
Well, maybe they didn't. That's why it
Maybe they
becomes a
did.
New
Well,
Year,
yeah, maybe
New
it's,
Year
yeah,
resolution.
maybe it's the other way, reverse.
Yeah,
Weird.
absolutely.
That's
Maybe some people just lock themselves away and don't talk to anyone all Christmas.
I think sometimes
Yeah.
it's probably when you do spend time with people and you sit and you think, actually, why don't we do this more often?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the reality.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
it is.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Mind you,
absolutely,
doesn't it,
absolutely.
that all throughout the year, you're thinking of Christmas. Oh, spend a couple of weeks together. You know.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Funnily enough, last year, do you remember what I said to you, Kirk? One of my resolutions last year.
No. Oh, to spend more time with your friends?
Yes.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, mine was to spend more time with friends.
Yeah.
And only when we decided to come to the pub more frequently and make a podcast
Yeah.
did that happen.
Yeah,
and
but it did happen.
And it did happen, and and I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah, and we still like you. Look at that.
Hey, everyone's
Speak
a
for
winner,
yourself.
right?
So, Mark, you said that Helen obviously bought you almost like your New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would have picked for yourself? Is that?
I think it's in my head. I would say yes. I probably wouldn't have gone and done it, but I'm glad that she did because I wanted to, and I don't know whether I'd have just found the motivation to do so. So I think it was probably absolutely on the money, really.
And it's interesting. Would any of you guys let your wife pick a New Year's resolution for you, or if they had to pick one for you, what do you think it'd be?
Well, do you know what? Yeah, I would. I would absolutely let Gemma pick me a New Year's resolution, but I know what it'd be.
A new iron.
Well, you're not a million miles off here.
A dog so he can walk it.
It would be to allocate time in this calendar to her.
To her, yeah.
It would be to allocate time,
Yeah.
her time, because I'll allocate time, but it'll be social, and that social would be for anyone.
Yeah.
But and I'm not saying that I wouldn't want it to be with Gemma because I just take it for granted it would be with Gemma.
Yes.
But I think she would see it as well. He could decide to do anything. He could go and see lads. He could go and go to the pub and see you guys or whatever. But in my head it would be no, it'd just be with you. But it would be allocated and it would be called Gemma.
Yeah.
And
what about you, Mark?
that would be it.
Well, absolutely, same as Rob's. Aina would like me to spend more time with her.
All right,
Because we don't spend much time together, so she'd just want my time. So, and the other one would be the obvious one, as in she'd like me to lose weight, so she'd set that for me. So it'd be either one of those two. So
you lose some weight then.
No, I'd rather spend more time with her.
Kirk, you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Daisy for me, I think would be on two. She really does want me to lose weight for the only reason that she knows how unhappy it makes me, and from a health point of view. Let's face it, guys. I'm 41 now. I don't live the most active lifestyle. I'm a heart attack waiting to happen. So I understand that. But I think other than that, I think it would be to do more around the house.
Mark, is that not what Ellen would like from you?
Oh, is that the time?
Time at the bar, please.
And on that note,
Yeah, let's be off, guys.
nice to see you. See you
Nice
next
to
week.
Yeah,
See you next week. Thanks, boys.
See you, boys.
Bye.
Do you have a dilemma? Maybe a burning question you're longing to be answered? Or you just want to get in touch with us? Why not drop us a voice note or a message over email at innthechat@gmail.com. That's two N's, not one N, because one N, it doesn't matter. Innthechat@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you.